people, welcome back. Team Talk TV, episode 68. I am back after last week. I was away, busy. Ibs, thank you for giving me the updates when Liverpool beat Sheffield
No
United.
worries, man. I got you.
But boy, we'll come on to Liverpool later because there's a new low for me. But welcome back, guys. Obviously, we've got Kev on the show again. So, Kev, nice to see you here. And obviously, we've got Ibs and Coach. We're just going to get straight into it. We are recording whilst Spurs and Palace is going on, and that score is 1-1 at half-time, Bale and Benteke. So we are going to talk about the first big game of the weekend. And Manchester United were victorious once again at the Etihad. They have beaten Manchester City by 2-0. Goals from Bruno Fernandes from the spot and Luke Shaw, believe it or not. I can't get any better than that as a Manchester United supporter. Kev is happy. I'm assuming Coach must be happy. Bruno scored in a big game. What's your thoughts overall then? Manchester United winning the game by 2-0.
Me. Kev, you want to go first?
No, I'll go for it.
Yeah. For me, it's always good to win the Manchester derby, no matter what, especially in recent years because City have come up. So it's always good to win the Manchester derby. But for me, that's it. I mean, I don't look at it as, we've got more points so we can finish in the top four, because if you don't spend the money and improve the squad, what's the point? Then we're not going to be good in the Champions League or the league anyway. When I look at it, United, I did say last week that they were going to win this game and whatnot. So for me, it's not a surprise. Ollie's done these sort of matches before, counter-attack. He's caught City's number before. It was a good performance from back to front. There's no one I can pick out that didn't pull their weight. Everyone done what they needed to do at the back, in the front, in the middle. Big shout out to McTominay. I think today he was one of the only players that took the ball under pressure very well. They knew how to handle the pressure very well. But yeah, all in all, for United, I would swap this victory for 3 points against Everton, Sheffield United, and Crystal Palace. That's how our season's been. It's so inconsistent. We drop all these points against those teams, and then when City are 14 points ahead of us, we want to beat City at the Etihad. It's just crazy. This team is so yo-yo-ish at the moment, and we need to get to that next level where we are consistent. But apart from winning a Manchester derby, I don't see the benefit of this at all. I don't see the benefit. It's just 3 points, great, beat Man City, and we just got to move on, because I believe we've got West Ham next and whatnot. And listen, if we don't pick up 3 points against West Ham, then the 3 points we picked up against City is just pointless to me.
Coach, I know it's not Christmas time, but you are sounding like Scrooge to me at the moment.
Well, what's there to really get happy about?
No, listen, it is a Manchester derby, and you beat Manchester City with, won 21 games out of 21, whatever, in the league. Yeah, I know that Manchester United are not going to win the league title, and Manchester City are going to win it, but you beating Man City away again. I mean, life is crap as it is.
What I want to say is shut up, and...
But listen, you've got to be happy about that. That's what I'm saying, really. And I don't know, man. Kev, let's come on to you. I mean, you seem happier than when I was mentioning it in the intro compared to Coach. United 2-0, clean sheet, really good performances all over the field. I mean, what are you thinking?
Yeah, so I was definitely happy with the victory. I think the way certain individuals performed, I was just... at first, I felt like City haven't woken up for most of the match. That's how I felt like watching the game the whole way through. And then it got to, obviously, we scored. Like, even we've scored, I'm like, City are going to wake up. We're going to come under loads of pressure, and it just didn't happen. So at the end of the day, if I'm being brutally honest, I don't give a damn. We won a game we needed to win, and we needed to win because we were putting pressure on ourselves with this whole top four thing. If we're not going to win the league, secure second properly.
But for what? This is what I'm saying. This is my whole point. For what?
So
Champions League qualification and money.
Do you want to just drop out of the top four? Do you not want?
Don't say that. Don't say that again, Ibs. So Ibs, say that again. For what?
Champions League qualification and revenue and money.
Okay, that's great, but we're not going to spend that money to improve the squad. So for me, it's just anyway. I know what Kev's saying.
I don't think we can say we're not going to spend the money. I feel like we haven't spent money well. So you can more say we haven't spent money well before, but we've definitely spent money. I think that's, to be honest, what the amount of players we need and the quality we need, that's where I feel like you can be skeptical. But we do spend, it's just not in the right places or not very well at times.
Yeah, okay. I take your points aboard. I mean, I think just, living in the moment right now, and I just feel like I'd love to have beaten Manchester City once this season. And Manchester United have got 4 points out of 6. And I think there was obviously doubts about Manchester United not beating the top 6 sides, a lot of 0-0s, but they've won by 2-0, clean sheet as well. So I don't know. I thought it was impressive from Manchester United. Ibs as a neutral.
So like you said, Shahab, clean sheet. Shout out to people like Maguire and whatnot. People won't shout him out why we've had this clean sheet run, but that's what we brought him there for.
Because he kept that.
We didn't bring him there. We didn't bring him there to outrun every single striker and cover them 1v1. That's not what we brought him there for. We brought him.
You did see the striker was playing against today, innit?
Pardon?
You did see the performance of the striker who was playing against today, Jesus, didn't you?
So what are we counting Jesus like he's chopped liver or something?
He was rubbish. He was
listen,
rubbish.
Jesus would walk into our number 9 spot. So let's not get carried away as United fans, because he would walk backwards into our number 9 spot. You saw our number.
I'm talking about today's performance, aren't we?
Your number 9 was man of the match today, Coach. What do you think about that?
Who's man of the match?
Sky gave Martial man of the match.
Sky gave Martial man of the match after that chance he missed in front of goal.
And
the balls he lost like four or five times.
So he played well.
Hold up. Okay, cool. That's what Sky Sports want to do. They looked
the
at
Liverpool fan is defending us,
Hold on.
On your behalf.
Listen, they had looked at that whole United performance and they picked out Martial. Luke Shaw was better than him. McTominay was better than him. Maguire was better than him. Even Henderson was better than him.
McTominay gave some loose passes
as well, Kev.
Well,
that's another point for us. Henderson needs to start.
I wanted to ask about the goalkeeper situation before I come on to you as a neutral point.
Yeah, no worries.
Because they're not getting excited. But I think a lot of Manchester United supporters, I don't know about you two, have often been quite a bit defensive, a bit upset when people say De Gea has not been good enough for the last 2-3 years. I feel so.
Who's been upset?
No, I'm just saying, from what I see from the United fans I've got, and when they say that he's finished, I do feel like he's finished as a top goalkeeper. But Dean Anderson has been on loan for Sheffield United for 2-3 years, I think it is, and has done his job, got them promoted, kept them up, and obviously been to Manchester United's academy before. And I feel like he needs 1 full year at Manchester United to see whether he is the goalkeeper that can take United to the next standard or to the next level or to keep them in games. Because so many Manchester United goals that they have conceded, a lot of them have been, goals that De Gea should have saved, really. So what do you make of the goalkeeper situation finally before we move on?
I would say it's kind of a perfect time for both keepers, because De Gea is away because he's got a newborn baby in Spain. So therefore, I think spend as much time as you can with your baby, because when you come back, you got a quarantine anyway. So spend as much time in Spain as you can, get good weather, your newborn. And for us, we should be letting Henderson take the whole season out. To be fair, he should do all the games for the rest of the season so we can see what he's got at the end of the day. Like, it's a perfect time where we're kind of comfortable in the top 4. We might be going for a couple trophies, and it's the best time to leave him in there and let De Gea just be with his family right now. So then you don't get that little rift between them, like, Henderson's played well against City. Should De Gea come back? And we have in the goalkeeper position, you can't have 2 good goalkeepers. That's not how it works. You need a main goalkeeper that's there. Then you need another one that's just below that, a B option. And both of them, to me, are A options. That's what I feel. Both of them can play for in a Premier League club, easy right now. But for me, I prefer Henderson to stay in the goal until the end of the season.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point, and I definitely feel like he should do as well, to be honest. If you watch the game today, obviously Manchester City are still 11 points clear, top of the table, and we will come on to the final question later on. But before we go on to the last question about United and top 4 hopes, what did they make of City today? Were they disappointing? Obviously, 21 games they've won in a row in the league, so that is incredibly impressive. The record was 26. United have ended it. So another reason to be cheerful, Coach, if you are interested. But Ibs, what do you make of City today and overall as a game?
I think overall United did what they were, pretty much Ollie probably told them to do. They probably didn't expect to go ahead so early in the game, which was clearly a positive for them. I thought United would have gone there, just sat back and just played on the counter attack, but because of what happened in the first minute, it just gave them the impetus to just see out the half. Man City picked it up, but I just felt they were quite disappointing overall. I thought De Bruyne wasn't at his best. Sterling missed some gilt-edged chances. Jesus had a bad game. I think their main threat was more Mahrez and Gundogan, and they didn't have enough going. And I thought Foden come on a bit too late. Disappointing, but again, they're 11 points clear. It will take an almighty collapse for them not to now go on and win the league. So Pep will know what it is. I don't think he'll be too upset. For me, I think he'll just chalk it off. It's a derby, anything can happen. For him, he'll just get them out in the midweek against Southampton, put Southampton to bed and just keep the run going again. I think that's just what he's aiming. Try and get the league done as soon as possible, because I think their focus is more European football.
Yeah, I think with Manchester City, they're definitely going to win the league. We all, or most of us would agree on that one. City have been an absolute joy to watch since that 1-1 draw against West Brom in December. They've been an absolute joy. They've been fantastic, 21 league wins. And I think in a game like this, we should see Phil Foden be playing these sort of games. For me, I think Riyad Mahrez is really disappointing. And when Foden came on, he just came on 70 minutes too late. And I think if he did start from the first minute, it could have been interesting. An off day.
Playing what position?
Well, he could have played on the left. He could have played on the right. I mean, he should have played for me. Bernardo didn't play today. I know that. But Mahrez is a fantastic player. Don't get me wrong, Riyad Mahrez. But I think he certainly can be frustrating in these sort of games. Definitely for me. I just feel so anyway. And obviously, De Bruyne came back, looked rusty. He didn't have his great game. And that's really all of Manchester City. But they will win the league, and fair play to them. And before we move on from both Manchester clubs, the question was, is Man United dragged into a top 4 race? I don't know if it's a top 4 race for Man United. I think they're going to get it comfortably. But as you were saying, Kev, you don't want United to slip up just in case. So what is it now between Manchester United till the end of the season? Is it just make sure they solidify themselves in the top 4 and go as far as they can in the FA Cup or Europa League?
I listened to the Bruno Fernandes interview after the game. He's a positive guy anyway. I think everyone knows that. And he's saying that literally the goal is to try and win the rest of the games to the end of the season. And I was thinking to myself, like, if City do just draw a couple of their next 5 games.
No, Kev, give up. Kev, stop. Kev, stop, please. No, stop. No, stop, Kev. Don't do that. Don't do that.
See what I'm saying, Shahab? You see what I'm saying?
No, that's outrageous. No, that is outrageous. That is so outrageous.
Okay, all right.
I expect that from an Arsenal fan.
Listen. I don't really.
Let the man speak.
Let me just talk, man. I'm saying it because before the game, there was in my own United group, I was literally like, I'm not expecting 0 from this game. I thought we were going to get slapped, like a silly score, 3-0, 4-0, the mood City have been, the way we've been playing, and then they come and perform like that today. I'm like, huh? Now, excuse me, we've stopped we're supposed to have stopped some run they've been putting together. So I'm like, hold on a second, that was poor performance, City. If you don't get back to gear and you meet one of another half decent side in the Premiership, we could get hold on, what's going on here? You didn't win. It's a draw. Questions start getting asked. It just happens. I'm not saying I'm just saying there will be question marks if there was a couple of more draws in their next 5 fixtures. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're saying that with the notion that United could creep into the title race. Is that the reason you're saying that? Because there's no other reason to bring that up. Like, what?
But if they were to draw 2 games in the next 5 fixtures, that'd have been 4 points dropped until the end of the season. Yes, it will get pretty sweaty for them.
But that's on the notion of United keep winning, and you've seen our inconsistency, so that's not happening.
Listen, those two draws you talk about would put Man City 13 points ahead. Then add those 2 United points, it would cut the lead down to 7 points. They would need to lose another 2 and draw in the last 10 games. You're basically saying you'd want City to lose 4 games in the next 10 games.
Let me just say, it's been a weird season, and I'm saying obviously when it comes to the wood towards the end, it can get sweaty, it can get difficult. You know, injury here, injury there. It's been a funny season. All I'm saying, because I don't see it happening really. I don't see it happening. I'm just saying if there is opportunity for it to get a little bit tense. And I'm saying,
I do hear what you're saying. I do.
Yeah.
Well, City needs 7 wins out of the next 10 to win the league title. That's how it is at the moment. But yeah, fair enough, Kev. That's pretty much all for the Manchester clubs. I've got to say, I would do anything for a derby win, considering the Everton games that we had has depressed me to another level. So when I see coach, be reserved, I wish we could just swap it around a little bit, but that's just okay. I see what both of you guys are saying, and fair enough. Manchester United were victorious, and they ended Manchester City's run. So we're going to go on to the next topic now, and it's the dreaded one for me. Liverpool have lost once more at Anfield for the 6th time.
How many times?
Anyways, for quite a few successive times, if I've even said that right. I can't even say it properly. So Liverpool have never lost 5 times in a row at Anfield. They've now lost 6, and they've lost again to South West Londoners, Fulham by a goal to 0. Mario Lemina on the stroke of half-time, a lovely goal from him. Fulham are looking like they could avoid the drop after Brighton lost by 2-1 against Leicester at home. I'm just glad we're not doing this podcast straight after the game. My head went. This is definitely the biggest low that I've seen at Liverpool. Now, before anyone says Roy Hodgson and Rafa Benitez's last season or whatever it is, none of these guys ever touched losing 6 home games in a row. I mean, I've seen Liverpool lose 2 or 3 games on the bounce at Anfield, and I've even seen in Rodgers' time lose 5 games in a row. But this is a new low. This is a new low that you just don't feel like Liverpool was ever going to win. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys tell me your thoughts. And then...
Oh, man, go, man, go.
No, I will. But I want to come to you, Coach, because you are Mr. Coach Batzer. And we're going to talk a bit more about Liverpool and what they need to change. So one of you guys go with it. I mean, someone please tell me what the hell is going on with Liverpool Football Club.
Ibs, you go, man. You go.
I called it a few weeks ago when I said the same thing happened at Dortmund, when there was an urgency to play a certain way for a good couple seasons, the results there, and then whether you sell your best player or you lose players, you're going to suffer, and they can't keep up this intensity without certain players, and it's an almighty collapse. This might go down as the most embarrassing title defense in regards to.
Before I just want to say, have you ever seen a collapse in world football as bad as this one? I'm not talking about champions. I'm just saying, just great teams, because Liverpool have fallen off in 3 months.
Yeah.
Listen, the old Barcelona, way back though, way back.
I mean, Leeds
8th and 9th in the league and that.
Leeds falling was humongous for them. The way they.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
sorry, what was the year, Coach, where Barcelona?
They were defending champions.
Doesn't matter. These are a massive club to go from champions.
He's saying championship defense. That's what he's saying.
No, I'm saying excluding championship defense. So great teams.
Okay. Leeds. I would put Leeds. I'd put that Leeds team there, 100%. But my thing is that Liverpool have just had an almighty collapse. I don't know if Klopp really trusts his defence, even them centre backs. It's a new pairing again, or maybe it's not a new pairing, but it's just 2 centre backs who, for me, just weren't ready to handle the pace and the strength that Fulham had up top. I wasn't too happy with him playing Salah up top against 2 big centre backs. For me, it's recreational, because as soon as the ball goes up, they're just going to hit it. Salah's not going to be jumping around like a Benteke or whoever, or they're not going to play to his feet. So how are you supposed to combat that? I don't know. I thought Naby played well, but again, it was very laboured, and Fulham actually played well. They could have probably scored a few more goals if they were a bit more direct with their performance. I don't know what happened. They could win in a week, and they're through to the Champions League quarterfinals. And no, but you smile, but then that might be a kick on for you to go. But you need to pick up a league win very, 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 very soon before it really starts. Like, I'm talking at home, before it really gets bad. Because if the fans were there now, obviously the fans wouldn't boo him, and anyone who says Klopp should leave is outrageous. But you get a few murmurs, a few whispers, and then it just creates awful surroundings for the club.
I want to come back for what you firstly said about obviously Klopp's last stint at Borussia Dortmund, his last season when he obviously left. I think it's roles reversed this time. Liverpool after 15 games were top of the league, and now we're 8th as things stand. I think. I do agree. It's because I was actually reading an article what actually happened to Dortmund. I think a lot of people say they burnt out and whatever. I don't see Liverpool being burnt out. I can see injuries, yes. I can probably say one person has burnt out, and that's definitely Andy Robertson, because he plays every single game. But Dortmund had it similar as well. They lost a few key players. And in fact, I was reading that Aubameyang was played on the right at Borussia Dortmund, and then he changed it up. He played him more up front, and then he scored 12 goals out of 18 games. Or other way around, 18 goals in 12 games or something. So it was obviously a lot similar where they lost key players. You didn't have Mats Hummels, Lewandowski left in the summer. And then now Liverpool, on the flip side, they've got no centre-halves. They've got 2 midfielders playing as makeshift centre-backs. Sadio Mane's form is gone. Firmino's form is gone. It's just similar. It's just similarity. So I do agree with you, Ibs. And did Klopp change it? He did at Dortmund. At Liverpool, it's not changing. Nothing is changing. It's 4-3-3, simple. So I'm going to ask you, coach, yeah? Liverpool play a high line, right? And what infuriates me is when Liverpool play the high line and the ball goes to the centre halves or to the midfielder, why on earth do they not press? So do you think when you're playing a high line, as high as Liverpool is, and Liverpool's high line is ridiculously high, not a level high, and it has worked because we've won Champions League and Premier League playing in that way. Where do Liverpool in that transition period where they are so high and they've got defenders back, why isn't they not pressing? And is that a big reason why it's so easy for teams to get through? You saw Mason Mount score against Liverpool, where the ball was over the top, comfortable. Yes. You saw Fulham again in the first half, so many times. They got the ball over to Lookman, they got the ball over to Josh Maggio, who's a great player, by the way. And it was the same ball over the top, but it was so easy for Fulham to fling that forward. You got to speak to me, coach, man. I don't understand.
In terms of the high, listen, I've said it already in terms of Klopp. Like, I'm very surprised he hasn't got a plan B, and that's where he's getting found out. Like I said before, even when you guys had injuries at the back, even if you play high line, okay, cool, but go to a back three. If you don't have this, it's quite simple. If you don't have a pairing, just like Tuchel did, if you don't have a pairing, you need a free, you need an extra body. So you can, even when you have the ball, you've got that triangle going on at the back where you've got extra possession. But in terms of defending, I don't know. In terms of, like, is Mane not pressing well? Salah not pressing well? The midfielders not pressing up with them? I just think personally, Liverpool have been found out. Everybody knows where Liverpool's weakness is. And the weakness is at the back. Yes, they're missing chances, but you know, on any given day, Salah and Mane can bag goals. You know that just based off talent. But they know where to hit Liverpool now. There's no point in playing through the thirds against Liverpool. If you've got a striker that can keep going through, like Werner kept on doing it. Werner kept on going over the top. Werner weren't even really coming short for the ball when he played against Liverpool. So that high line, I'm not surprised he's kept the high line, because that's how he plays at the end of the day. To just completely change it up in the middle of the season makes no sense. But for me, I think Liverpool needs to go to 3-5-2. That's what I feel. You have 3 at the back, you have 3 in the middle. That means the spine of your team is packed out. And you've got Robinson and, well, if Trent ever comes back, you've got Trent. They can go up and down and they don't have to worry about their defending. Because obviously before you had Virgil there as the insurance package. Virgil's not there. Gomez is not even there. So if you've got your 2 best centre-backs that are not there, you have to pack out your spine with numbers. And that's what I thought he would do. Because for me, you guys have bought that Preston centre-back. Where is he?
He's in the basement
Preston,
somewhere.
who is he?
I want to know where he is. I don't know.
Yeah, where is he? What's the point in buying a centre-back that you're not going to play?
I don't know.
Like, for me, see that Shahab, you see Kabak, yeah? I can see why you brought him. But you see Kabak, he has to play in a back three where he's the left-sided centre-back. That's what I feel. He's very comfortable on the ball, yeah? But right now, he's just in the deer in headlights. He can't play with Fabinho. Fabinho's not that stalwart defender at the back to be the leader at the back line. He's not there. Like Fabinho in a back three, in the middle of a back three, he can control the ball with another 2 centre-backs either side of him. That's what I think Klopp needs to go.
I understand, Cole. I just feel like we don't have numbers to play 3 at 5-2, which is...
But why not, though? You bought 2 centre-backs, yeah, and you got Fabinho. What have you got to lose? You're already going downhill with 4 at the back, and you keep playing 4 at the back, 4 at the back, 4. Well, something has to change. You've got to add an extra body in there. And in midfield, you can play the free midfield. That's great. But Like, just pack out your spine. That's what I would do if I was Liverpool right now, because they're too easy to play against. They're too easy. It's just one ball over the top, high line, and everyone's getting through.
I don't know. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I think Liverpool's football on the ball is absolutely abysmal. You never once felt Liverpool were going to score. I think actually in the second half today, Liverpool were unlucky not to score. And I got to say, I think Fulham have got some decent centre halves. I think there's one I really like, Anderson, really good. He played well. Christensen played really well on Thursday night as well. And Michael Keane was another one at Everton a few weeks ago as well. It just seems like every defender's turning into Maldini, and Baresi is really frustrating. Yeah, I mean, we are absolutely abysmal going forward. This is a new low. This is a new low for Liverpool. Facts. Jurgen Klopp, I love him to bits, but even he does not know what is going on. He's losing the plot, the substitutions again. The starting lineup was Nico Williams, Reece Williams, Nat Phillips, and Andy Robertson. Crazy.
I don't get that. Me personally, I don't. Is it a statement to the board? What is it? Because there's no one in their right mind that's playing.
Well, the thing is he prioritizing Champions League against Leipzig on Wednesday night? Is he just saying, look,
probably
Trent,
doing that? Yeah.
I mean, Trent's not playing well. He didn't play Mane today. He didn't play Firmino today. He played Jota and Shaqiri. Jota was not good. Jota was shocking today, but he had a chance in the second half, which was Alfonso Areola made a cracking save. It's a new low.
Can I say something, Shahab?
Sure.
Can I ask you something? Last season, I think people were saying Liverpool's first 11 was really strong. And when you go into the depths of their squad, it's not that strong. You've had a few injuries, and at the back, you're playing a high line, a different system to most other teams. You've bought a couple of players, you've bought a few players, you've asked them to come into the system. You're playing a high line, a system they probably didn't play in their other clubs. They've been chucked in, and it's not the same. It's not Van Dijk, it's not Gomez, it's not that quality that you're used to. These are specialist roles that that you're asking people to come in and perform in. Yes, you've lost, and then the goals-wise being dried up. Your first 11 is got gaps in it, and you've got lots of fronts to fight on. You're rotating a squad, and you won the league, by the way, but everyone still asked and pointed the question to say, boy, if Liverpool, like when they rotate, they're not as strong. It was things that this is something that was being said last season.
Only City can rotate.
We come into this season, you're forced to rotate and you're struggling. But we knew that already. Your squad wasn't strong enough. You're rotating, Klopp's rotating because he needs to, and the people he's rotating with are just not of the same quality. For the system you play, you need specialists, and you ain't got that. And I think Klopp is just basically like, listen, I feel like it is a bit of a rebellious thing to the board, a little bit, like you mentioned.
Well, I do agree. I did say
sorry, Sharp.
Yeah,
what was the question there, Kev? So what was the question?
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
The question was, I did say you did have last season you didn't have a squad. Yeah, people were pointing to say the squad depth wasn't really there. And this season is the same. We're now experiencing and seeing that obviously the squad isn't like up to it. They're struggling. They've lost people, and their squad struggling. So my question, okay, let me just phrase it this way. My question directly is: don't you see that the struggles that you had last season that everyone was pointing to? Don't you see it playing out now? That you're pulling your hair out as a Liverpool fan to say, "I can't believe it. What a flop!" But this is everything people mentioned last season. Don't you see the same things everyone was pointing to? Don't you see it?
No, I do see it. I do see that the squad is the squad is obviously not good. I did say it's not as good. It's not even as strong as Manchester United and Chelsea's in terms of the numbers. I did say that a few weeks ago. I do agree with it, and it is a massive drop off. I did say from the front three to Origi to Shaqiri to Minamino to Oxlade-Chamberlain, the gap is wild, is huge. And that's where Liverpool obviously struggling even more, like you said, to get the right results. And that is what it is. But guys, interact with us on YouTube, on Instagram, and just let me know where it's all going wrong for Liverpool. They've got Leipzig in the Champions League on Wednesday night.
Shahab, what do you think Liverpool need to do?
hold on, because Ibs, you said you didn't get the question, so I'm asking. I want to throw it at you as well to say if you disagree with the statement I made, why? Like, why do you feel like do you feel like the squad is stronger? What do you think?
It's not stronger. It's just what they've had is just injuries. The exact same squad. They've brought in to cover the injuries. If those injuries are there, Klopp's not buying anyone.
But that was my point. For 2 years, I said it on Team Talk. For 2 years,
they've had the same squad. They've got lucky with injuries. But who was they buying, in essence, to your question here? They weren't going to buy anyone to come in and take over. So anyone that's been purchased has to be a B-part player. Simply as that. And those B-part players ain't come in and made a difference. Because it's a squad game. So Man City can have the squad and the bench they have today. But Liverpool can't have that. Because Klopp doesn't really like to change the team as Pep does. He ain't going to leave out Salah for 2 games like he does with, let's say, Aguero or whoever. He ain't going to leave Foden out. Like, you know, it's the equivalent. Klopp can't do that. He's just going to stick with the same 11 every game. So the B-part players have to know that they are B-part players. But when they come in, they have to do a job, and they just didn't.
Well, I'll answer Coach's question. What needs to change? Well, our football needs to change. We just need a plan B, firstly. I think, obviously, Liverpool, in terms of moving forward in the summer, they definitely need one more centre-back. They need someone to replace Junior Wijnaldum because he's going to go, because he's been our most consistent players, and just get a striker in. So that's the 3. And we just need a new bit of new style just going forward. I want Liverpool to start pressing again. I want Liverpool, to be playing with the fullbacks again. But that's the main thing that we need to change in the summer. We need a plan B. I mean, the football is absolutely abysmal, predictable at home. But having said that, away from home, we change the shape slightly. We play a diamond sometimes. Sometimes we even play 4-2-4 like we did against City, like we did against Sheffield United when we won 2-0. I don't know why he just doesn't do it at home. But that's another question. We've got Leipzig on Wednesday night and then Wolves away on a Monday. And Liverpool can't ruin my weekend next week. So fantastic. Fantastic. Right. So we'll move on to the next topic then. And we'll go on into the early lunchtime kickoff between Burnley and Arsenal. And it ended 1-1. Aubameyang in the 5th minute and a bizarre Burnley equaliser. Chris Wood from a Granit Xhaka mistake. And there was a penalty shout at the end, which was not given, which was quite questionable in my opinion. Many chances from Arsenal, could not convert. Leno made 2 big saves from Burnley as well, but it ended by a goal. It ended 1-1 really. Arsenal had a good week, obviously qualified to the next round of the Europa League, but somehow Arsenal did not win this game, Ibs. Now, I've been told that you are a Granit Xhaka fan. I did not know that was even possible. So you're going to have to explain to me how that all went wrong for him. And I don't know, just give me a recap on Arsenal's game and them coming up against Olympiacos on Thursday as well.
The mistake was pretty much a calamity between him and Leno.
I don't blame Leno.
No, just wait. It's a calamity between him and Leno because for me, Leno shouldn't be trusting him with it there, first of all. That's why I blame Leno. He shouldn't be trusting him. No, wait, let me get to it, coach. Let me get to it. He shouldn't be trusting him with that ball there because he can see that he's under pressure. And I would have played it to Thomas Partey, but I wouldn't have played it to Xhaka in that situation. That's what I mean, right? Because I would trust Partey more with the ball. Anyway, Xhaka taking a touch killed himself. Should never have took the touch. Either play it to Luis first or play it back to Leno and get rid of the ball. Or kick it out for a corner. Just do something. The fact that he took a touch and then decided to play it puts himself in trouble. Hits Chris Wood 1-1. Mistake gone, right? That's fine. Arsenal had chances in the second half, and I also felt that they had a clear penalty shout. Now, VAR is trash, right? I don't care what anyone says. It does get some stuff right, but yesterday was a perfect example of where it's gone wrong. If they don't see that Eric Peters is a handball, then I don't get football. Because his arm shouldn't be in that position. That's not a natural position for a defender. And second of all, he's taken the ball out of Pepe's play. So he clawed the ball to his advantage here. That's a handball. And then the second one, it did hit Peter's shoulders. So that's fine. That's fair. VAR checked it and it was right. I just felt Arsenal were robbed there, but it's another Arsenal performance, if I'm honest. It's just an everyday thing.
Guys, was that Ibs' opinion with the Greenwood situation last week? Sorry, I missed it.
Greenwood, you mean
Was
Callum? You mean Callum Hudson-Odoi one?
Yeah, the Greenwood and Callum situation.
I said it was a
just
pen though. It was a pen for United. That's a penalty.
Okay.
It's hit
But
his hand. That's a penalty. I
just wanted to check for your
handball is
consistency.
handball. Handball is handball. That's a handball. The one Tottenham had in the week, I don't know what went on there, but then that Arsenal one yesterday was a handball. There's an inconsistency with it. Arsenal, it was just a performance that I expect. We're not killing teams. I thought Pepe not starting was a bit unfair. I thought I would have started him personally. But we've got a bigger game on Thursday. That's all that matters. That's the one. That's the big one. We have to get an away goal or two at Olympiacos, especially after last season when they knocked us out, shamefully as well. We need revenge, so we need to go out there on Thursday and beat them. Simple as that.
Yeah. To be honest, I thought the Arsenal performance was good. I mean, I haven't actually seen Arsenal play.
It was good in parts, but it wasn't good overall. And we allowed Burnley back into it, you know.
No, okay, no, fair enough. I think in terms of chances created, I mean, I've always felt with Arsenal this season, I'm really struggling to see why they can't create chances. Well, but in the last few weeks, I've seen it, and I can see where more the optimistic supporters and coaches often defended Arteta, and I can understand why he's doing that now, the way that they're playing the sort of football. But I think you are unlucky. I genuinely do believe Arsenal were unlucky. We can go on for hours and hours about the VAR, about
you just got to get on with it. To be honest, it's
just pathetic. It's pathetic. I mean, it was a bad one, but I think if they gave it a penalty, the Pepe one, I don't think they would have overruled it. So it kind of is a bit like in cricket, it's like a referee's call or umpire's call. Yeah. I think that's what really didn't give the penalty decision. So. Yeah, fair enough. Well, the question on the agenda was, should Arteta be doing better than 10th place with this squad?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes, I think he should.
No.
Go ahead, Coach. Why not?
I think when you got one of the worst CMs in Xhaka, where they are is where they should be.
Yeah, but you can't. This is what I don't get. Guys will simply just say Xhaka, right? Okay, cool. He does have mistakes in him, right? Cool. But what do you want to? Who do you want to play? Who do you want? You want to play Elneny week in, week out? Like, Coach, am I stupid here? Do you want to play? Do you want to play Danny? But do you want to play Danny Ceballos every week when the guy comes out and pulls out 10 minutes? Are you not tapped? I don't get Arsenal fans. Xhaka will play every game until you get another Thomas Partey in. Otherwise, you just gotta just pull up and shut up. Simple as that.
You disagreed with what I've said. You disagreed.
I'm not agreeing.
I just said that what they've got is where they're supposed to be. You're saying,
but you said Xhaka, but no one's better than Xhaka bar Partey, so he has to play. But why does everyone's excuse have to be Xhaka?
That's why I feel
it's crazy.
That's why I feel Arsenal are in the right position now of the squad they have, because the fact that people are still talking about Xhaka, the same player that they wanted out or whatever it is, chucked off his shirt or whatever it is and whatnot. They haven't even addressed that problem.
But it's lazy though. It's lazy because you keep targeting the...
No, I'm not even targeting Xhaka. I'm just saying...
No, I'm saying in the sense of Arsenal fans. They're just targeting Xhaka, but Aubameyang went through a spout of not scoring goals. Now he's scoring. Cool. Pepe was inconsistent. Do you know what I'm saying? The defence was all over the place. The keeper had these shambolic moments. So Arsenal are where they are. Do I think he could do better at times? Yes. Some of these tactical decisions confuse me. But Arsenal fans are in this notion that we should be fourth or third and, we should be fighting for stuff. But we're not there. We are not there. Just face facts. Football's a cycle. We're pretty much...
Are you saying that he should do better with the squad?
Do you argue with him?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting...
Arsenal fans. No, Arsenal fans. Not you, man.
Okay.
Arsenal fans.
Are you saying...
Arsenal fans.
Yeah, but I've asked the question, like, with the squad you have, should he be doing that? I
personally feel like we are where we are, but there's games in this season where we shouldn't have lost. And I think some of that does actually come down to some of the tactical decisions he's done. But
I mean,
but that's in-game stuff. I feel like sometimes he's waiting to make subs, or some of the starting lineups confuse me. Yesterday, I thought the lineup was good. Payne Chambers was actually quite smart to combat Burnley. People won't really see that, but that's a smart move, because if Bellerin had played, it could have just been long. I just feel like it's Europa League or bust right now. And if it's bust, we're finishing 9th or 10th. I mean, if Liverpool really fall off, we could finish above them. But, it's one of those seasons where he needs a summer kitty and needs to buy players. But
and that's my thing in terms
yeah,
of
it is. It's a
look at the
massive.
money. Look at the money he's been given, and look what he spent. That's why I always look at a new manager, because you're not going to do it in one window unless you're City, where you can ship out 4 and bring in 4 with top dollar price. You're not gonna. You need windows. Okay, cool. So I'm looking at his buyers. What has he done? He's done the Ozil situation, but he just ain't left it. He's bought a younger Odegaard. He's not the greatest, but do you get what I'm saying? He's
But
doing
I
well.
feel like he's a decent stopgap because Smith Rowe.
But that's what I'm saying. As a stopgap, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
What he's
stopgap.
working with. Then you've got what's his name, Gabriel at the back. Everyone can say Gabriel's been a good signing. No one can't say he hasn't been. Then you've got Partey. Partey's quality is there. So you can see if you give him the money, he will identify the players to improve that squad. That squad that was left for him. I don't care what anyone says about Arteta's lucky to manage Arsenal and this and that. Lucky to manage Arsenal. You're talking about the name. Look at the players in your squad. Yeah, don't look at the badge. Look at the name. Look at the players in your squad. That Arsenal fans can't be saying Arteta's lucky to be there and has he got any managerial experience? Look at the players in your squad. The players he's got to work with. For me, he's doing well. He's come in his first season. He's won a trophy. That's in the back. Yeah, so we can scratch that off right now in terms of, is he going to win we can scratch that off. Now, for me, you need to go and back him this summer. If you don't back him this summer, please, Arsenal fans, there's no point in putting pressure on Arteta. What do you want him to do?
Oh, they want him to pull up trees and finish.
You want to go and get 4th. How are you going to jump from 9th to 4th without backing your manager in the transfer market? And he's clearly shown you that he spends the money wisely on the right type of player for the club at the end of the day. So for me, Arteta, people need to get off his back. He's got his feet in at Arsenal and whatnot. He's settling in behind the desk and whatever it is. He's analysing everyone this season, who he wants out, who he wants in. He's a manager that has a clear mind of what he wants. It's clear. If you told me right now, swap Oli Solskjaer for Arteta, I'll do it in a heartbeat. Because I know he's the better manager. But anyway, that's a different discussion for a different day. But in terms of Arteta, going back to your question, what he's done for Arsenal so far, yeah, I'm not expecting nothing from Arsenal. I'm not expecting top 4. Like top 6 at max. Like that's even pushing it with the sort of players that they've got. So next season is his thing. If they back him in the summer, he's on the clock. That's what I feel. If
100%.
He's on the clock. If they don't back him in the summer, you need to leave him alone and just let him get his loan signings and this and work out something and maybe a swap deal or something like that. But if you're not going to back him, you can't really get onto his back.
Ibs, I want to say one thing quickly before I wrap it up.
Yeah, cool.
I feel with Arsenal and Arteta, and I can't get the life of me why he rates or trusts Granit Xhaka, David Luiz, Willian. He's not going to go anywhere with that. That's my issue with it. I can understand.
Who do you replace them with, Sharp?
I don't. It doesn't matter who you replace them with. You don't play.
What do you mean?
Them.
It doesn't matter. Of course,
no, but it does.
I don't know.
It does.
I can't, coach. I can't give you a player. I'm just saying you can't trust these.
I can give you a player.
He trusts them though. That's what I'm saying.
But I can give you a player. You can replace Willian with either Saka, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, or Pepe.
Oh no. Okay. Oh, with those. Okay, you're talking about playing in your squad. Okay, fair.
Yeah, squad. Yeah.
You replace Xhaka with Elneny and Ceballos. I'm sorry.
But I'm saying moving forward when transfer windows.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I just feel like. No, you're not going to go anywhere with Xhaka.
But my question to you or to any Arsenal fan is: you've named 3 vital for positions where Arsenal do need a winger, a centre mid, and a centre back. We're not going to go out this summer and buy a centre back, a centre mid, and a winger. You'll get one of 3, and either still trust the 2 that you get that stays, or you're going to get another loan in. We ain't got a financial, president who's going to be like, all right, here's 150 mil, go out and get 3 players. And that's just where Arsenal are. Arsenal need to build somehow another way until they can do that. If we're on a cycle, it's just that. If we win Thursday and, we can get a run going, I'm happy. I just want to see out the season and try and get a trophy.
Yeah, we'll come on to Europa League preview in a second at the end. And that's really pretty much the Arsenal talk. But Arsenal supporters, let me know. Dots, Nacy, shout out to you guys. Who's right? Ibs? Or is Coach right? Or just let me know in the comments below. We'll come on to Chelsea quickly before we come on to the Champions League and Europa League and it starts on themselves, which I have thought of on the spot. Chelsea did beat Liverpool by a goal to 0. You're not the only team to do that, Chelsea. 5 other teams have done that. But they did beat Liverpool by a goal to 0 at Anfield. Mason Mount was the goal scorer. I have to say, Dan, you did not message me, thank God, because I would have been really angry. But Mason Mount, wow. I mean, he's been incredible for Chelsea, the revelation. I know Tammy Abraham did not play, but no, coach. I don't want you putting your...
I'm not saying anything.
hands
I'm
on-
not saying anything.
No, but Mason Mount is the reason where Chelsea are. He's a fantastic footballer, simple.
What?
No, he is. He is a fantastic
Mason
footballer.
Mount is where Chelsea is. Why Chelsea are where they are.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He is.
Wow.
He is. And until you can find me someone else or a group of players or a set of players...
Yeah,
who
the
have
manager.
played-
Yeah, the manager. I can find you the manager.
Oh, yeah, manager's been fantastic,
Okay.
unfortunately. But
I can find you
think in terms of-
Kante too. I can find you Kante as well.
Oh, yeah, Kante's not what... But actually, Kante wasn't playing that well at the start. But Mason Mount was fantastic and he got the win. But anyways, that's another topic. In fact, and I'll start sub and sell, Mount is included. So, yeah. Do Chelsea now have the momentum after the Anfield win? Can they even challenge Man United for second spot? I mean, whether that's a thing or not, I don't know. They are 1-0 up in the Champions League as well. I mean, Thomas Tuchel have only conceded one goal in the league so far. That was against Southampton, Takimi Minamino. Yeah, Chelsea guys, you got to talk to me. I mean, they're looking very, very good now. A lot more solid. I mean, I saw Dot say at a point that Chelsea can look boring when you watch them play, and I don't disagree with him. But they've certainly been effective and they've won their games. I mean, what are you guys thinking about Chelsea then?
With Chelsea, I think it's that once again, it's that new manager bounce that they've got. They've just got it again. First 10 games, you know, we're running for the manager, we're playing for the manager, this, that, and the other. If I still see this in 18 months' time or a year's time or whatnot, then I could say, yeah, okay, they're onto something here and whatnot. But it's just the new manager bounce. I've seen it with Sarri Ball. I've seen it with, I think Benitez done something over there, Scolari. I've seen it with all these managers, even Lampard when he came in. They've just got a new bounce about them, a different voice. It's Chelsea at the end of it. I think you have to give them at least another year under Tuchel to see, okay, you know what, has he really put his stamp on things where he can kick on and he's really doing bits and pieces. But right now, it literally is, they're in the honeymoon phase of this relationship. That's what they're in at the end of the day. So everyone's right now fighting for their place. Tuchel's finding out how everybody is. And yeah, that's what's really going on over there.
I think that they certainly salvaged their season at the right time. We know that, you know, even if you look at what's happened to Klopp right now, I mean, if that was Chelsea, they would have got rid of Klopp. And that's what we know about them as a club as a whole and this owner situation. But they've salvaged their season because I think now, dare I say, I do think at times Chelsea are probably the second best team in the country right now. I do. And yeah, they just salvaged their season at the right time. And against Liverpool, they were impressive. I thought they were impressive. They weren't amazing, but they showed a bit of arrogance in their game. And, you know, they actually played three at the back where so many times Liverpool will just destroy a team, played 3 or 5 at the back. And they made it look so good, so easy. Yeah, whatever, Liverpool didn't play well, but really impressive, really impressive. I mean, Kev, Ibs, am I right? Coach right? I mean, what do I think?
Yeah, I mean, they're playing well. They're still in competitions as well, so you could end up with a trophy, which would be good for him. I think the new manager thing works. You know, it gives them a bit of a buzz. They're all fighting for their places as well. Because I feel like if Tuchel gets the summer where he can sort out the squad, a few people might be gone, and he'll bring in a few people. So that's probably what it is, more than anything. But they are playing well, and they could see like a positive end to their season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we will come on to start subs later, but I did want to say, Mason Mount has been really good for Chelsea. Simple. And I know Dan, at the time when Lampard was about to be sacked, he did feel like the over-reliance of Mason Mount was impacting Chelsea. I don't think so. I thought it was the other players. And Mason Mount has been one of the more consistent players for Chelsea. I'm not saying he is as good as the players like who we're probably going to speak about in start, sub and sell, which I don't want to give away, but he's certainly been effective for Chelsea. So that's just my view on Chelsea as a whole. We're going to move on to European football, but before I do, I just want to let you guys know that Tottenham have beaten Crystal Palace by 4-1. Gareth Bale is backfiring. He scored twice, and Kane scored twice as well. So both of them got a brace, and Son got a couple
They're in
of
the top
assists.
4 now, I think.
They're sixth.
Don't think they're in the top 4,
Sure.
but yeah.
Yeah, 2 points behind Chelsea, you're fourth.
2 points behind Chelsea. Yeah, they got a game in hand against Villa away.
Okay.
So, oh man, everyone's playing well except for Liverpool. Anyways, yeah, we'll come on to the European games then. The Champions League preview, the second leg is coming up. So we'll come on to Tuesday's games. So Sevilla against Borussia Dortmund. So Dortmund are at home, sorry. Dortmund are 3-2 up with 3 away goals. This is an interesting one, to be honest. I watched Dortmund play against Bayern Munich yesterday, who lost by 4-2. They were 2-0 up. Haaland went off in the 60th minute. I'm not sure if he's going to be fit, but if he's not fit, it's going to be very, very interesting. So I think when I first asked you guys, a lot of you were saying they felt Sevilla were going to go through. Can Sevilla turn it around, or is it too much for them?
I think they
You
can.
I'll pick Sevilla. I think
they can. I think Dortmund are a team who score goals, but they leak goals as well. So I feel like it could be a quite interesting game.
Okay. Kev, what do you think then? Who do you think is going to go through?
I think I agree with the guys on this one. I think Sevilla. I think the point Ibs just made about leaking goals is their issue.
Okay. Well, Sevilla have not won in the last 3 games. They lost to Elche by 2-1. I think I said that team correctly. So are all 3 of you going to say Sevilla going through? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. So let me be the opposite and say Dortmund are going through. So one of us is going to be correct. So yeah, that is one of the game. And the other game is Porto against Juventus. Porto are 2-1 up. We are playing in Turin. So that's going to be an interesting game. Do you think Juventus are going to turn it around, or can Porto hold on?
I fancy a Ronaldo night.
I'll go for CR7, man.
I just fancy Ronaldo to step up on the big stage as he usually does.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think they will do it. I think it was such an importance to Juventus to get that away goal, because if it was 2-0, I think Porto might have held on, because I think Lyon beat them 2-0 as well last year. And if Juventus just got their away goal, they probably would have, got the job done, but they didn't. And Wednesday night, PSG are 4-1 up against Barcelona. Neymar is not fit. I don't know if he's not fit. He's not playing. It's his sister's birthday. So I don't know what he is up to. It's his sister's birthday. But they are 4-1 up. Easy job for PSG then. Are you guys going to agree with that?
Yeah, it's a done deal. If they were to lose this could be actually worse than what happened to them with Unai Emery. So yeah, I think they'll go through comfortably.
Yeah, and the last one is Liverpool against Leipzig. Now, everything that's gone bad for Liverpool has happened. Yeah, City ended their hoodoo, Everton, which is the new low, and obviously today. I'm just waiting for this one to be another fuck up. Excuse my language. Are Liverpool going to go through? Yes or no?
Yes.
But
if you went out, it would be an absolute joy to watch. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
no,
beautiful.
I'm saying no.
Are you saying Leipzig?
Yeah, I'm saying Leipzig.
So what's the score going to be then? 3-1 or?
Yeah, because they need some goals. Leipzig, they need at least 3 goals to go through.
I'm just saying it to be because of what's been happening. I'm just saying it would be so interesting. They're on a run of bad form. I'm just saying, imagine. I'm just calling it. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, Liverpool are not playing at Anfield. They're playing again in Hungary. Now, UEFA makes sense, please, because the first leg was in Hungary. Now the second leg is in Hungary as well.
I don't get that, man.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. And actually, Germany then put Hungary in their red zone sort of thing. It's crazy. I don't know how it's going to work. I mean, it's a shambles. I mean, I do feel like the European tie should be one leg, but until we get crowds back in. But yeah, you know what? I'm prepared for Leipzig to win. So, you know what? I don't know. We're going to go to the Europa League quickly. 4 games. The first one, 5:55 kickoff. It's Manchester United against AC Milan. It would have been a classic 10, 15 years ago. But here we are. What are you lot thinking then? Who's going to win the first leg?
To be honest, I think United will. I think United will also go through over both legs as well. I fancy them to go through.
Yeah,
I agree with that as well.
Kev, you agree as well?
I think it depends on Cavani playing for me.
Even after what Martial's produced today?
What did he produce, man? He didn't.
Hey, I'm just a messenger here.
The whole season, I feel like we hang our hats better on with Cavani than we do Martial. This is a very
cool. Okay.
Performance.
Cool.
Okay, fair enough. The other 5:55 kickoff is Slavia Prague, who knocked out Leicester, believe it or not, against Rangers. Now, before I say anything about that game, I want to say congrats to my favorite ever player, Steven Gerrard, who's won a league title. So have you ever seen Gerrard win the league? Yeah, you have today. Because
Wow.
yeah, so Rangers are 55 times Scottish Premier League winners. I don't know how, I don't even know if that's even a thing to celebrate, but Rangers have won the league. Steven Gerrard, who's doing really well in Europe. But this is an interesting game, I think, because Slavia Prague have knocked out Leicester. And in fact, the Chelsea fans can tell you that they gave it a really difficult game 2 years ago when they won the Europa League. Guys, Slavia Prague or Rangers, who are we going for?
I'm going to say a draw in the first leg.
Yeah.
Slavia Prague.
Slavia Prague.
Yeah, okay. Rangers are going to win. Let's see. Olympiacos v Arsenal. Revenge time or not? Ibs, what's going on?
It has to be revenge time. So I'd say a win. But I'm an Arsenal fan. But I do think we can win, yeah.
Yeah. I think this might be a draw, but I think Arsenal will go through. What are you guys thinking, Coach and Kev?
I'll go for Arsenal as well.
Yeah.
Arsenal on aggregate, yeah.
Arsenal on aggregate. And Tottenham against Dinamo Zagreb. I think we were going to say Tottenham. Anyone disagree?
Spurs. The Spurs have hit form. Yeah, they've hit form at the right time.
Cool. Well, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below on Instagram. Who is going through to the next round of the Champions League in the last 8? Liverpool. Please don't do it to me. Please. Europa League as well. And we're going to come on to start, sub and sell now. So it's 4 players, actually. So 2 of them will be sold. So it's an England-based team, but it is midfielders. So would you start, sub and sell Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Mason Mount, or James Maddison? So is anyone who want to go first on that one?
I'll go.
Yeah.
No, Coach, let me go.
Okay, go.
Grealish, Maddison. Thanks. If I was picking the 2 that I've seen. Whoa.
I said
Foden. You said Foden. You said Foden.
I did say Foden. Yeah, I did say that.
Grealish and Foden. Sorry, excuse me. Grealish and Foden. Those are my 2.
Yeah, I'll go for the same. I'll start Grealish, I'll sub Foden, and I'll sell the other 2.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Actually, Ibs, I want to remind you, the first time I did a podcast with you, and I think Grealish saw Arsenal that day, I did say that Grealish was on form, top 3 players in the Premier League. Whether I still believe that now, I don't know. But what a footballer he is.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm going to go the same. Grealish, Foden, and Mount and Maddison. But I think all 4.
What, you're gonna sell your mighty Mount? Yeah, just 5 minutes ago.
Nah. I'm just curious, innit? But I just don't understand the disrespect he gets.
It's not disrespect. It's just the over gas. It's the
over gas, bro. I don't.
He is, man. He is. He's not better than them other 3.
No, Shahab. Can I just say, Grealish has earned his spot. Do you know how Grealish has worked for that spot and that recognition? Even Foden, and Foden has been coming. Foden's young. He's been drips and drabs, and and I feel like Mount is just, it was all given to him. Like all the praise was just given to him straight away. He's earned it as well, but I feel like the other 2, especially Grealish, has put in way more work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Ibs, you gonna wrap it up then, or have you got anything different to us?
Nah, I wish I did, to cause some controversy, since I love it, but I'd start Foden, sub Grealish, and sell the rest. There's some controversy.
The rest?
Yeah, sell Mount and Maddison.
But
and sub Grealish and start Foden. 100%. Yeah.
Well, that's another one that you've been slightly called out for, Coach. The Foden. Is he gas as well?
Foden's not. But I told you already. I've seen Foden. So.
But I think you said he was going to be.
Foden's the new thing on the. But I've seen Foden before. Much as you guys don't want to admit it, I've seen him before, and whatnot. And that's Jack Wilshere. So, for me, Foden is a very good player, and obviously he's only 20. At the end of the day, he's nowhere near his prime. He's only going to get better if he sticks with Pep, and he's in that he's in and stuff like that. So. The environment that he's in also helps him a lot. It helps him a lot. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, Foden is a very good player. I'll never say he's a rubbish player, but I don't think he's at Grealish level right now for me and whatnot. Grealish has to carry a bit more And I've just seen a bit more from Grealish, but he's better. I'll take him ahead of Madison and Mount for sure.
You said. I think the controversy lies in the comment where you said Wilshere. Yeah, the finishing of the kid, the finishing.
Yeah, but this is where people have short-term memory. Yeah, people don't know how good Jack Wilshere was, man. Like,
Yeah,
he wasn't that
playing,
good,
listen,
man.
maybe he was playing in an up and down Arsenal team that was going through like
No, I'll give you
7 years of transition and whatnot. But Jack Wilshere, if you've seen him play live before, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like, he was a quality player. It's just injuries and those heavy ankles that he's got.
When did you see him play live? When he was 16 or something? Or
Nah, Shahabi was good, man. He was a brilliant.
No, but listen,
Shahabi was good.
Well, listen, I've been to get. Listen, the first time I actually watched Jack Wilshere, yeah, was in the FA Youth Cup game final, Liverpool v Arsenal, of course. And believe it or not, Conor Cody was playing for us in midfield, and I did watch Wilshere that day, and he did score, and I did realize, yeah, this kid is special. And then he had that game against Barcelona as well. But I feel like in terms of consistency, even when he was fit, I don't think he's that level of Foden.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that when you look at Jack Wilshere, look at the team who's playing in, that coming into, and look at the team Foden's coming into. There's a different infrastructure in both teams. Foden has the perfect platform to, even what Pep said when he had his interview with Rio Ferdinand the other day and whatnot. He said, yeah, I know everyone's on Foden and that, but Foden has to learn to relax right now. Everything he doesn't know about sometimes changing up the rhythm of his game and stuff. These are the technicalities people don't look at when they look at Foden and whatnot.
Slightly different.
Jack Wilshere at 20 was better than Foden at 20. That's me. That's why.
They're slightly different. They're slightly different in a sense where I feel like Foden could almost operate as a 10 and score goals. Like he could, like I feel like if let off the leash and he was playing, he was the guy, your starting player in that position. I feel like just the goal scoring ability.
He's probably got it more. Yeah, he's probably got it more. He's definitely got goal scoring more. He's got more of an eye for a goal. Definitely, 100%.
Yeah, fair enough, guys. So that is the start summer. So I did have to think of one before, and I did have one. I really wanted a tough one where someone gave us Messi, Ronaldinho, and Zidane, but he'll be back hopefully to give us one. He's just.
And by the way, supporters and subscribers and that, yeah, a lot of people you don't know. Back to our old thing, yeah. Messi lost 3 international tournaments, yeah, in a row. Yeah, 3 international tournaments in a row, and they want to put him above Zidane and Ronaldinho. I just wanted to get that out there, yeah, because a lot of people don't know this. But anyway, go on, Shahab. Sorry.
Yeah, anyways, enough of that talk. Listen, I want to shout out your mate, Doc Dre, is it? That's his name?
Yeah, Doc Dre knows his football.
Yeah, and he knows.
You tried to what Shahab tried to do. Shahab tried to say, "Oh, Messi didn't play with any good players," and he listed you all the players that he played with. So there's no excuse.
Yeah, he listed players. He listed players that will never touch Cafu and Rivaldo.
Yeah, no.
He listed
Riquelme and those
guys.
Heinz
and
Riquelme, Veron,
yeah, but he played
Almeida. Are you sure, Shahab? Are you sure you want to go?
He played with him when he was like 19, coach. When he was like 19.
Listen, Ronaldinho won the World Cup at 22. Playing. And the thing about it as well, a lot of people forget about that.
I understand.
That Brazilian team. Yeah, that Brazilian team barely qualified for that 2002 World Cup. Barely qualified. And then R9 just came back off a 2-year injury and went straight back into that squad. So people think
that just showed how good R9 was.
Yeah.
I mean,
say that again.
That shows how much of a sensation R9 was as well.
He's the greatest, isn't it? He's the greatest. Exactly. But I'm not having Messi. I know Ibs is there, yeah, just watching and listening. I'm not having this messy stuff. I'm not having it.
I hate international talk. But anyways, we're going to wrap it up. That was the start, Southern. So, but yeah, shout out to your mate, Doc. And to everyone else who's been listening to the show, regular listeners, new listeners. And I will want to say, towards the end of the season, we're going to be doing our own 23-man England squad. Hopefully by then we'll be able to see each other. So we're going to have exciting videos like that. We're going to be talking about VAR stuff.
Is the Euro still happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is happening. Yeah. We're not sure what venue will be. I would love it for it to be in England and have 40,000 people back or something. I mean, I miss the football incredibly much. We'll be just talking about that. We'll be doing our own team of the season and our own team of the player, and we're going to go one by one. And we've got exciting shows to come up. So, guys, just make sure you subscribe to Team Talk TV. It's been a good podcast. It's not been a good weekend for me, but for all of you guys, big up your Ibs, Coach, and Kev, as always. And, we're going to be back next week. And we're going to be talking about the North London derby. So it's going to be an
Oh,
interesting.
is that next week?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, subscribe, comment below, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.